Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be revamping my PC over here. We got the new parts and we're gonna take you along. I have my assistant here, my boyfriend. Hello. And yeah, so let's get right into it.
So this is the current state of my PC. As you can see, this motherboard RAM that I had is pretty old, from like 2021. So I got the new parts. I got the SSD, the CPU, the RAM, power supply, and motherboard.
So the first thing we're going to do is turn it off, and then we're going to remove the previous parts.
Okay, so moving on to the first component that I got for the new PC, I got the motherboard, which was the Asus ROG Strix X870. This one is the Wi-Fi edition. So of course, when opening it, you get the motherboard wrapped in this anti-static plastic wrap thingy. It also included the Wi-Fi range extender here. I didn't actually get to set this up. It also included this really cute keychain that I'm definitely going to be including in my keys because I want to rep that I use Asus. So yeah, taking it out of the wrap, it looks so pretty. I love how it looks. Next, it was time to install the processor, so I got the AMD Ryzen 9950X. This was one of the best options that I could find on Amazon. So unboxing it, you're just gonna get a little sticker in the processor. So to install it, we're gonna unlock this socket here like so, pull this little tab on, and then we gotta align the processor where the triangles are. So in this processor, it's right on the correct corner so that it's not upside down or anything. So we just plop it in, and then we close the socket back up and lock it in place. And just like that, we've installed the processor. Okay, so next we installed the RAM. So for the RAM, I chose the Corsair Vengeance RGB DDR5. I got 2 sticks of 16 gigabytes, totaling up to 32. They come in a really pretty white colorway, as you can see here. And I almost forgot to take this sticker off, which would have been bad. So when you install your RAM, remember to take off the stickers. And then I placed my RAM sticks on slots 2 and 4. I actually had a weird issue where it wouldn't click on like my old motherboard would. I had to manually click the back part on. I don't know if I just wasn't using enough force because I was a little worried of breaking something, but I found it a little confusing that on this newer motherboard I was having that issue. Okay, so the last thing that goes on the motherboard is the SSD. So I got this SK Hynix Platinum P41 SSD. This is one that my friend recommended to me. I actually was a little bit confused when installing this because, as you're gonna see, when I remove this little component here from the motherboard, which I needed help doing apparently, I wasn't sure, first of all, if we should be removing this blue tape. I assumed that we were supposed to because it just doesn't make sense to leave that on there. And then when I placed the SSD inside, I didn't have a screw to put in that hole right there to hold it down. It didn't come in the box or with the motherboard. Maybe it did, maybe I didn't look close enough. But all I did was just put this piece to hold it down, and hopefully the fact that there's no screw there doesn't mean that there's an issue in the future. And apparently sometimes you just need to put a little bit of force in these things. Like, I get really scared, so I needed some help putting it. So at this point, the next step was to put the vertical GPU mount back on the motherboard. This one comes with the height case, so we just had to screw a few things in, insert it into the GPU slot, and then it was pretty much done. It wasn't too difficult to put back on. It was just about figuring out where the screws went. And then once that was back in, we had to put the CPU cooler back on. So we had to first take off these black parts here with the screws, and then you're gonna see my boyfriend doing that right here. It was pretty easy. We just used the automatic screwdriver here. And then we placed the AMD standoffs here, and we cleaned the CPU cooler so that we could apply fresh new thermal paste and install it back on. So here I'm putting just a little bit of thermal paste. I never know how much to put. I did this much, and then here's me screwing the CPU cooler back into place. So the very last component that I got is the power supply, of course, and I went with the Thermaltake Tough Power GF3 Snow Edition with 1200 watts. It comes with a very nice white colorway, as you can see here, following the aesthetic of the build. It also comes with white cables included, which was nice. Since my previous power supply came with black cables, I had gotten some white extenders, which I don't even need to use now because I can just use these white ones. And then all we had to do was screw the power supply into the case.
Put the rest closer.
I got that on video. Sorry.
This took so long, it got a little late, so my boyfriend unfortunately had to leave all the cable management to me, but it wasn't too much left to do, and here's the final reveal.
Alright guys, it's the next day, but the PC is finally done. Just showed you what it looked like. Hopefully you guys like it too. Let me know down below what you think of it. And just thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.